What's going on, everybody? Yeah, it's Rails Rants Reloaded coming back, looking scruffy. Still need a haircut, maybe on strike. I don't know. I get it when I get it when I get it. As long as the rent's paid, mortgage is done, or taken care of, I really don't give a damn. Well, we're gonna talk about a couple of subjects today. You know what I'm saying? The first one, I wanna jump right into it. I just came from upstairs. Wife was asleep, but the TV was on, and I seen a commercial for the Country Music Television Awards. And it's funny that they had this whole list of people that were going to be there, that were going to be performing, that were going to be honored, this, that, and the third. But the only person that wasn't there was the artist, what is his name? Little Nas X. And that's disturbing because it's the Country Music Awards, right? And this dude, him and Billy Ray Cyrus, Miley Cyrus's father, they have the hottest country song that's broke through R&B, hip hop, and country music, and it's a country song, and that's not being celebrated. See, this is the shit that I be talking about when I say that black people need to start their own lane. Stop trying to look for acceptance in other criterias, because at the end of the day, once you start breaking barriers that the powers that be feel you shouldn't be involved in, they will exclude you from the party. And that's fucked up because out of all of the genres of music, white folks in the music industry have stolen every genre from us. Now they give us our R&B stars. Now they give us rappers. Now they give us anything that we take, make the formation of it, form it, make it perfect, take it to the masses, make it blow up on a grand scale, and then when they feel that we have too much power in it, they take it away from us and they put somebody else that is looking like them in that seat. We have to stop trying to get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and all of this stuff. Like we had the BET Awards and we had the Soul Train Awards. Those are cool, but those have to keep going, and they need to, and hip hop honors, but they need to be distributed. They need to be overlooked and overseen by black folks of the music industry. You know what I'm saying? They need to be distributed by a jury of hip hop's peers or R&B's peers. You know, we create so much stuff and we let other races and nationalities just come through that door and take over everything that we make beautiful, everything that we make great, everything that reaches the masses on a global scale and brings some sort of culture to other cultures. Always come to seem to just sneak in the back door and reap more benefits of the thing than we do, and we created it. It doesn't make any sense. But shame on the Country Music Television Awards for not having these dudes up there. I hope they have them up there. I hope they acknowledge them because, like I said, this is the hottest song in the country right now. This thing, you got kids singing it, you got old folks singing it, but you got these racist white folks that are in their old school ways, especially when it comes to country music, because this is what the South is. It's that Confederate redneck shit that I be talking about, that they don't want to see. A family member told me this years ago. A redneck, racist, one of these Confederate dudes from the South would rather you fuck their sister and have a child with them than you ride their Harley Davidson. That's their culture. The country music, that's the only thing a lot of these fuckers got. Because we done mastered everything, and now we about to master this daggone country music, and they can't appreciate it. This dude is doing numbers out the roof, and this shit is just bogus how they are shitting on this dude. You know what I'm saying? They're not playing them on certain country music stations. It just doesn't make any sense. But little Nas X, I hope that's the way, that's what his name is, or the correct pronunciation of his name. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Watch out for the haters. Don't worry about these dudes. Second, we gonna talk about. I'm gonna drink a beer to this. We're gonna talk about some women. Let's talk about some bitter women. You know, and it's not to bash black women, but I'm a black man, so that's what I deal with. That's what I married. That's what I have. there is a new underlying tone of black men ain't shit in America. You look on social media, and I relate everything to what I see on social media because that's where the a lot of number of people are. You have the memes and you have the videos of women talking bad about black men. They don't talk bad about no other race of men. The shit is real disturbing. How black men ain't shit. And you know what's coming up. Father's Day is coming up, so let's get ready to be bombarded with the Happy Father's Day to the real men that are in their children's lives, this, that, and the third. You gotta see it like this. If your baby daddy, your father of your child ain't shit, then you a bad decision maker. And all of that shit that reverts to you being a boss and a boss queen and this, that, and the third, bosses don't be making that too many daggone bad decisions when it comes to hiring help, hiring employees, or looking for the future of their legacy. So for all of these bitter black women to come out their mouth and start with and it's getting real annoying. The black men ain't shit. Men need to step up. And it's funny because you have all of this backlash of black men ain't shit. We need to do better. We're not showing up. It's no good black men, this, that, and the third. Then, when something happens and you wind up getting killed, shot, beat up, put on social media, getting knocked out, getting dragged by the police, all of a sudden, the same black men that you said wasn't shit, the same black men that you said need to step up and be men and do their job, all of a sudden, you ask the question, and this is the question. You ask, where are the black men? Why aren't they protecting us? Now, this is the goofiest shit that I've seen, and I'm seeing it a lot on social media. How can you shit on a demographic of people, especially when these people are literally your opposite, your equal, your Adam to your Eve, your yin to your yang, your A side to your B side. You shit on them. Tell us, tell us you don't need us. Tell us you could do it by yourself. Tell us that Jesus got you. Tell us that we are no longer needed in the household. Tell us that if we're not making X amount of dollars a year, that we can't be with you. But when some shit goes down, all of a sudden, black men need to step up and protect black women. And this goes for a lot of you daggone internet dudes that got a little bit of fan base on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and whatever that preach that black power shit about how dudes need to stop saying the word nigga and start treating women like queens, this, that, and the third. At the end of the day, it goes both ways. And a lot of these dudes, these social media justice warriors, they love to throw dudes under the bus to simp to get favor from the women on their social media feeds, to get that little boost of testosterone, adrenaline, that you, because basically what you're doing is caping. Because if you're going to talk about something, talk about the whole subject. So when these dudes be talking about, you dudes need to stop disrespecting black women and stop calling women bitches, and you niggas in the rap music need to stop treating bitches like, I mean, women like this, and calling them bitches and hoes and sluts, this, that, and the third. At the same time, you need to sell these, our B side, our polar opposites, our yin and yang, our women, the black queens and princesses, that they need to step up to. That they need to show some respect for themselves. They need to stop walking around here with their daggone ass out. You talk about and the funny thing is, brothers, these social justice brothers always talking about, yo, you young boys out here walking around with your ass out. Black women been walking around with their asses out for years. They've been looking for attention, tops cut off and all type of shit for attention. Like, you gotta, it has to be some sort of balance. It can't be one-sided. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to this type of stuff, it's very one-sided. it's getting repetitive and redundant that the black man needs to step up. The black man ain't doing this. The black man ain't doing that. You want the black man to do something? How about this? You ladies that say that men ain't shit and dudes ain't in their child's life, how about you give up the parental right and let the father raise the child? Or how about this? Instead of taking the easy way out and knowing that if you go to the courthouse and say, I'm not with this man, he's the father of my child, and I want to put him on child support, instead of taking the easy way out, how about being like an adult like they used to do in the 60s and 70s? And when you got a problem, when something ain't right, you work it out. You try to make the best of what you got and you try to build the family up instead of just, because it's real easy. Because at the end of the day, the government and all of these daggone, I'm going to put you in jail if you don't pay this money, systematic slavery shit has made the man secondary, and these are your new daddies. These are your new boyfriends. Section 8 and child support, alimony, all of this shit. All of this shit, if you know that at any time in your relationship, you could just go to the courthouse and say, look, I'm done with this relationship. I need to get paid. He needs to keep up my lifestyle. We got 3 kids together. I'm demanding that he pay for these kids. If you know that that's all you have to do and the courts will be in your favor, that's some residual income pimping shit, to be honest with you. But this goes back to these black women that's saying the black man ain't shit. Ain't no good men out here. This, that, and the third. A man has to make this amount of money to be with me. So if we got to make a certain amount of money to be with you, you're a prostitute. Because if you want to be with somebody and you want to have sex with them, you can just pay them money and be on your merry way. But you saying that I got to be with, in order to be with you, I have to have a certain level of education. I have to have a certain job, credit scores. A lot of you motherfuckers don't even know how to daggone read your FICA, your Experian, and all of the other shit. But you telling brothers that they have to have their game at a level that most of these females don't have. And then you wonder why there's a lot of these educated, highly educated, single females, because they raise the bar so high. It's nothing wrong with raising the bar high, but you have to give a little to get a little. Because a relationship is nothing but give or take. You get in a relationship with somebody, nobody's going to be 100%. Everybody agrees on everything. There's going to be some things that you don't agree with, and you bite your tongue. You swallow your pride. So same thing goes on with your partner. But we live in this age of, and this is the goofiest shit that I've ever heard. Oh, if anything, I'll go get me a white dude. You go get the same white dude who ancestors raped your grandmother, experimented on her to do all the procedures that they doing now. That's what you gonna do. It's kind of messed up. It's kind of a slap in the face. Don't get me wrong. It is some dudes out here that need to step their game up. It is some dudes out here that need to step their game up and be a father to their children and get jobs, work, try to make some money, get off their ass, stop being lazy, and take care of their household. But like they say, one hand wash the other. Both hands wash the face. See, these chicks is going out here gathering student loans, student debt, and feeling that a dude needs to be on that same level. That shit ain't for everybody. At the end of the day, I say it like this: if you chicks want to go out here and work, go work, but don't think that you're better than some dude, because there's a lot of jobs out here that you females will not apply for when it comes to work. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of jobs out here that you females will put your nose up to and would rather go out there and sell your little stanky ass than daggone work a 40-hour work week, 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, because you feel that's beneath you. And there's a lot of brothers out here that is working 1, 2, and sometimes 3 jobs that get no respect. It's a lot of dudes out here that have full custody of their jobs and fought and took care of what they had to do and get no respect. But at the end of the day, when Mother's Day come around, you know what us brothers do? We honor you, we show you respect, take out our mothers, baby mothers, wives, this, that, and the third, try to do our best to show appreciation. What happens when Father's Day come? You inconsiderate mongoloids go on social media and talk a whole bunch of shit, and it's the first thing, and I know a lot of brothers done seen this shit, it's the first thing that come out of you fucking half-breed bastards' mouths. Happy Father's Day to the real fathers. At the end of the day, if your father wasn't in your life, you know what? That's a conversation you need to have with your parents, either together or separately. Because at some sort of time in the past, your mother and your father was together and they was bumping uglies and they was having sex unprotected and breaking bread, and they came up with your daggone bitter ass. And it's bad because all that bitterness is becoming generational. While you got on the other side of the coin, you got other cultures and ethnicities building generational wealth and building legacies and showing what a family structure is when it comes to the black community. And I'm not just dogging the black females, but this is just what we're talking about right now. But when it comes in the black communities, we just going from generation to generation, the Pepsi generation, Generation X, Generation Next, this, that, and the third. There is too much of a trend of, oh, my daddy wasn't shit. Oh, I don't need no man. I don't need this. That's why a lot of these daggone boys are coming punks. And it's not by choice, it's by forces, because that's the only thing they seeing. And I ain't got nothing against these daggone homosexuals. But back in my day, when I was growing up, these dudes were doing that by choice, not because it was the only thing that they see, so they mimic what they see and think that's what they're supposed to be. It's not even a free choice. People are just getting tricked into stuff. And I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's what it is. But let me move on. Last thing I want to talk about. Let's talk about votes. Let's talk about the election. We got Donald Trump in the presidency right now. Oh, good God. And people keep saying, black people, you need to vote. Your votes count. Your votes don't count. And when I say your votes don't count, especially black folks, let me put this beer down. You are voting, you are taking part in a system that is giving you what they're telling you that what they're going to give you. 9 times out of 10, even on the lowest level of politics, you have never, as a citizen that pays taxes, you have never been put in a situation where you brought something to the table to an elected official or someone running for a political office. So now let me ask you this. What are you voting for? You are voting for what they're telling you they're going to give you, what they think you need. You know what you need. You live your life every day. You go to work every day. You take care of your kids every day. When you get your check, you pay your taxes every day. So what are you working for? This goes for black and white people, but I'm going to focus on black because that's what I am. So when the question of reparations come up, and you got all of these people that want to get want to get in the president's office, want to become presidents, the president of the United States, and they dodge around it. These are the people that want your vote. Whether it's the Democrat or Republicans. And yes, my hands are dirty because I came from work and I work hard. Whether it's Democrat or Republican, they're telling you what they're going to give you. You have no choice in the matter. They think that you need universal health care. You know what kind of health care people need? Old people need health care. People with existing conditions need health care. You know what other people need? People need health education on how not to get sick. How about that? You know, you want to know what I want out of a presidential candidate? I want my taxes lowered. I want my taxes lowered. And you know what else I want? I want as many benefits as it is for a business owner, which I am with Travel Money International, which I am. But when I work my job, I want as many tax breaks as the people that are owning these big companies and employing all these people. Because it doesn't make any sense that the workforce that creates that creates the economy, keeps the economy booming, gets taxed the most. We're getting taxed at 30%. What else do I want? I want reform on all the laws that are on the books that don't make no sense. It needs to be a census of laws that are on the books and people that have been convicted of these laws. And an explanation needs to be given why one person that might be white, say he hits a person with a car and he gets vehicular homicide as a charge, gets 20 years, and then someone that's a different color, race, or nationality does the same exact thing and gets 10 to 15 years or 5 years of probation. These are the things that's going on in the country. And you know what else? We need to stop putting so much blame on the president, even though he's a fucking idiot, because they tried to do that with Obama. With these police need to be held accountable for the wrongdoings that they doing. But we can't go to the president because the president is a foreign figurehead. We need to start checking the police commissioners, the mayors, the governors, and the senators of our states. We need to hold them accountable. They're not being held accountable. And you know why they're not being held accountable? The powers that be know that we could go check them. But the people that's out there not voting, the people that's out there marching and yelling and holding up picking sides, they don't know the orders of operations. But they'll say the president's not doing nothing. They'll say the Justice Department's not doing anything. You deal with something domestically. When it comes to foreign affairs and shit like that, that's when the president will jump in. But you think this president will tell the daggone Department of Justice that they need to investigate police? No, he'll tell the police that they're doing a good job and they need to keep up what they're doing and keep the force on. So this is my thing. What are we voting for? Especially black folks, we're not coming up as, we have no leadership. We have a whole bunch of people that want to monetize the black struggle, but we have no real leaders. All we have is up-to-date versions of Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. You got your Umar Johnsons, you got your Tariq Nasheeds, you got your Jay Morrisons. You got all of these dudes that monetizing the black struggle. They're giving out a lot of knowledge, but a lot of this stuff is now becoming regurgitated, soup being reheated. So where's the leadership? There is no leadership. There's nobody that. Then you got these Black Lives Matters they just marching. You have all of this stuff that people are not saying what they're going to do. You know what you want. We should be able to have our own political system in place, or our own political party that comes to the table. It's not going to be a black caucus, because the black caucus don't have our best interests in their minds. So we need our own black organizations that represent us when it comes to these politics before we start going out and saying, well, if you don't vote, you don't matter. That's bullshit. Because just for saying, if I don't vote, you don't matter, that's like me saying, if you don't work and pay taxes, you don't matter. You can't do that. But we need to be represented on some level where we can sit down and say, you know what, this is on our minds. This is a need in our families. This is a need in our communities. This is a need in our future. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff, laws that are on the books that need to be taken out, revised, and just put away. You know, at the end of the day, when it comes to child support, there needs to be some child support reform laws. But they wouldn't do that because you know why? They have no problem filling up jails with folks of a certain color that can't get along with women of that same color. A lot of this stuff is not accidental. It's not accidental. And at the end of the day, and I'm going to wrap this up, we don't all get along, black folks, male and female. We go to be the hamster. We're already the hamster on the wheel. We're going to be the worker ant. And they just going to put us back in slavery and call it something else to make it try to look legal. If we don't tighten up, and we got to tighten up. You might not like it. You might not like that pill. It might not taste good in your mouth. But we can't win if we divide it. What race or nationality wins when they divide it? You got the daggone lesbian, gay, trans, whatever people. They all came together. They pooled every nationality they could together. They had money. They got money together. They got organized, and they got gay marriage passed. You know why? Because they said this is what we wanted. And they knew what they wanted to vote for. They voted in a block. Just like Dr. Claude Anderson, we don't vote in blocks. We vote for this person's black or this person's Democrat or this person's Republican. And then we getting tricked so easily with this Democrat and Republican thing. Both of them don't give a fuck about us. And then the Republicans are sending the coon-ass black people like Candace Coon Train Owens to try to say, well, the Democrats are doing this to y'all. You might as well jump on this side. And some of these daggone stupid-ass Negroes are doing it. Instead of coming all together, we are a melting pot. You figure this. In the United States, they tried to divide black people, especially black Americans. But in the United States, black people are the majority of this country. You know why I say we're the majority of this country? Out of everybody that's here, there are more black people from different nations and countries that make up all of Africa than any other makeup or group of Europeans or Australians or Canadians. America, you got the Africans that were taken from Africa here, right? You got Caribbean Africans from the Bahamas or wherever, Central America, Colombia, Brazil. You got Africans from Haiti, Dominicans that are really African. You have a whole bunch of African cultured people in one country, and we still can't figure out that we're all the same, and we all started out and came from the same place. That's what makes us strong. Like with white Americans, you got Italians, you got Irish, and that's about it. Asians, you got Japanese, Chinese, Filipino, and stuff like that. But when it comes to the people that are black, it's a whole bunch of us from Jamaica, all over the Caribbean, and they all come into America. And you got the ones that's coming from Africa. You got ones that's coming from North Africa, South Africa, West Africa, Togo, the Congo. Like, come on, Ethiopia. But when you come here, you divide yourself from the people that look like you. I even got a dude at my job who's Indian, who's darker than me. And that's not black. I got Mexicans at my job that are my skin complexion and call themselves Negro. So we the dominant society. But we just separated. We separated between our religions, our skin tones, what countries we come from. We might come from the same country. Shoot, just put it like this. Biggie and Pac is dead because West Coast and East Coast. And they're both black brothers that were divided between one part of America and another part of America. So when they say we're the minority, that's really not true. We're the majority. Because the majority of the people that look like this color were either taken from Africa and generationally bred here, or came from other countries and other places and live here. We outnumbering everybody. We just divided. And it's not about global takeover and no shit like that. But it's about getting what we need, because we don't get what we need. And we're getting, only thing we get is injustice. But we the ones that work just like everybody else work. But just like everybody else work, we want to be treated just like everybody else. And I'm out of here on that note. Peace.